Here is a close-up of the Defiance Elite. You can see the extended front tenon right here. It's about 850 thousandths longer. One of the big benefits of that is if you're bedding in a stock, you're just getting a lot more support on the action, which is always a good thing. You're not having to bed a barrel pad, which we don't do here, but some people do. This action right here is not a production model. You're not going to see this feature on the production Elite that's going to be released. This one has a taper machined on the inside, and the original intent was to then machine a taper on your barrel tenon here. So as your barrel starts to shoulder up, these tapers will touch and contact each other and lock the whole barrel up nice and tight. I went ahead and got rid of that taper, and I just machined a nice radius right here. And you can see this ring is where it was contacting the taper on the inside. So everything locks up nice and tight. This rifle's actually been incredibly accurate. I've been doing a lot of shooting with it, and I can't say it's because of this design, but I do think it's just because the threads are nice and straight, the face is good and square, you know, good barrel work, good fire control assembly, you know, everything seems to come together really well in this action. I do all my shooting in chassis just so I can try different ones and whatnot. So this one I have not bedded it in a stock. Another feature that you're going to see on the Elite, or you may not actually, they're trying to figure it out, is there's a cutout right here, and they went ahead and got rid of a couple slots of your scope base. That's so if you did want to run a really low scope setup, you don't have to worry about any conflict with your scope or your magnification ring touching your base. So I don't have any issue getting a proper scope set up. I run a Collis 6-24i with American Rifle Company rings, and I've got plenty of room to move it wherever I want, so there's no issue there. I've got a new Trigger Tech Diamond trigger on here. The timing just seems to be nice and smooth. A jewel also times up really nice, so the fire control, everything seems to be correct in respect to that. You can see we've got an AW magazine well right here. It also, one thing I do like about Defiance is they have a longer internal magazine well length, and what that'll do is allows you to run magazines like the American Rifle Company 10 round or the Accurate mag without the front plate, so you can really get some long case overall lengths, and you don't have to worry about notching out your feed ramp. So that's kind of nice. You can see the recoil lug's pretty standard, and here's your spring-loaded mechanical ejector, just like what you'd see on a pre-64 Winchester. So overall, everything else is pretty standard. You can see the ejector working right there, and you can see the coned bolt nose as well. And here is a Bartlein Heavy Palma, and here is the coned breech face. It's got a little bit of Cerakote overspray on there, but obviously we plug the chamber when we go to do all the Cerakote work. But you can see the ring from where our radius was contacting the taper inside of the action. So pretty interesting design. If you are going to be doing barrels for this action, you want to make sure you're going to run at least a Heavy Palma or something that has a longer breech end on it. That way you can properly hold it in lathe, plus you've got room to grab it or do whatever you want to do. So overall, I've been super happy with this action. It shoots great, nice and smooth. I love the mechanical ejection system, and right now it just can't seem to do anything wrong. So been really, really happy with it.